Many companies use Microsoft PowerPoint to create business proposals and presentations. PowerPoint has some great features, but if you're like most users, you never seem to have time to learn them all. Versatile Solutions creates PowerPoint templates and add-ins to help you take advantage of these features so you can build presentations faster and easier. We understand that every presentation is unique. Having a template is not about cranking out cookie-cutter decks. Think of it more as a pattern or a toolbox you can use to create your own unique presentation. The template will save you time and effort, ensuring a professional-looking, consistent format and making it easier to access your best material so you can focus on content. The template controls things like background graphics, colors, fonts, placement of your logo, and page number. When we're building the template, you choose your default fonts and a palette of colors called a theme, and these are then used to make sure everything is consistent. If you do use standard presentations, you could have your template start out with a whole set of pre-titled slides in the correct order. Then the user just fills in the appropriate content. But in this example, we'll start out with a new empty presentation and build it as we go. An important part of your PowerPoint template is the individual slide layouts. You'll see those when you click here to add a new slide. You're probably familiar with PowerPoint's built-in layouts for things like title slide, slide with one content area, or two content areas side by side. If you have special slide formats you use in your business, setting up additional layouts inside your template will save time. These custom layouts can contain text, graphics, and placeholders to guide the user where to put certain content. For example, this certification slide has government-required text. All you do is add your name and the date. And this research process slide starts with a graphic framework into which the user can type text describing each phase of the current project. In addition to the look and feel features of templates, we create PowerPoint macros that save time in creating presentations. This special menu tab, called an add-in, gives me a number of custom macro buttons that work hand in hand with this template. Let's look at how those work. Add Titled Slide lets you pick from a list of your company's standard slide titles and subtitles, then inserts those on a new slide so you don't have to type them by hand. Of course, you can type any title you want, even if it's not on the list, and it gets added to the list so you can use it again. Many of us build a PowerPoint presentation by starting with an old deck and making changes, or cutting and pasting slides from our last presentation. There's certainly nothing wrong with that, but PowerPoint's Reuse Slides feature makes the process a bit easier. When you click on Reuse Slides, you can either open an existing presentation or pull slides from a special file on the network where the company has stored standard boilerplate slides. The slides appear as thumbnails here on the right. To insert a slide, simply click the thumbnail. It also works the other way around. If you've just created a great slide that you want to save to reuse in the future, select the slide and click Save Slide to Reuse, and it will be added to this boilerplate file, where you and others can find it easily next time you want to use it. These Insert Graphics commands are similar to the regular PowerPoint menu commands, except they point to a specific directory where your company has built a shared library of graphics, clip art, and logos you regularly use. This button inserts a client logo. These graphic files can be stored in a folder on the company network, like these first two buttons. Or if you have workers in remote locations, they could be stored on the company intranet, or in a password-protected SharePoint library, accessible from anywhere in the world. When I click on this button, I go to my SharePoint library, I can preview a graphic, and if it's the one I want, click again to insert it. If you create a table within PowerPoint, the template uses a default table style that complements the theme of your presentation. But if you cut and paste a table from Excel or Word, it will come in as a plain table. This Stylized Table button quickly applies a pre-selected style to the imported table, either for the currently selected slide or for the entire slideshow, to make sure all of your tables match the look and feel of your presentation. If you work a lot with data charts, such as in marketing research or financial reporting, This Import Chart from Excel button can be a real time saver. This button switches me over to Excel, where I have ChartQuick running. ChartQuick is a chart-making add-in for Excel, which lets me select data from any sheet and quickly turn it into a chart or table in my open PowerPoint presentation, then switch back to PowerPoint when I'm done. ChartQuick is sold separately. Please see the ChartQuick demo video and a downloadable trial version on my website. If you plan to print your presentation as a handout or leave behind, it might be helpful to have a table of contents. This button takes care of that automatically. It goes through each slide in your presentation and grabs the title, subtitle, and slide number and puts those into a table on slide number 2. Remember that these features are only examples of what we can do with automation in PowerPoint 2007. We always begin with an understanding of your business and the kind of presentations you make, so we can put together exactly the features you need. If you've got an idea for something that would save you time, even if it's totally unique to you, it can probably be automated. For example, one market research company did business under 2 different names, one for government contracts and the other for commercial work. Rather than create 2 separate templates, we created this button to make it easy to switch from one logo to the other. Another company needed to create a large number of the same kind of chart. This button takes me to Excel where I select my data. Then PowerPoint automatically draws a regression diagram with the thickness of the arrow for each factor determined by the beta coefficient. As you can see, the combination of a custom PowerPoint template and add-in can help you create more consistent, professional presentations and save your company time and money. I'd love to build one for you.